We will discuss 25 objective question from David Copperfield from exam point of view. We will all together do 100 objective question in 4 sets. So let's start with set 1. Question number 1 is, what is the name of David's house? What is the name of David's house in David Copperfield? So it is Blunderstone Rookery. Next question is, what does the sign David is forced to wear during his stay in boarding school? जब डेविड कॉपरफील्ड को बोर्डिंग स्कूल में भेजा गया था तो व्हाट वाज द साइन ही वाज फोर्स्ड टू स्टे? टेक केयर ऑफ हिम, ही बाइट्स, बिकॉज ही हैड बिट मिस्टर मर्डस्टोन because he was beating him. Next question is, which of the following is not a characteristics of David's birth? When he was born, he began crying at the right stroke of the midnight. This is right. Next, he was born with a caul. This is also right. He was born on Friday. This is also right. This is wrong, that everybody thought that he would be a girl. Only his aunt Betsy was expecting him to be a girl. Next question is, what trait does Mr. Murdstone stress to Clara constantly? Mr. Murdstone जो है वो क्या ट्रेट चाहते हैं कि क्लारा में हो कॉन्स्टेंटली? किसके लिए प्रेशर करते? तो इट इज़ द फार्मनेस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, वाई डिड मिस बेट्सी स्टॉर्म आउट? बेट्सी इज डेविड्स आंटी. वो स्टॉर्म आउट कर जाती है, मतलब निकल जाती है रूम से ऑन द नाइट दैट डेविड वॉज बॉर्न. So she was expecting a girl to be born, but David was a boy. So she was upset that David turned out to be a boy, and so she storms out of the room. Next question is, David's early memories of what? जब डेविड अपने अर्ली मेमोरी को याद करते तो उनको क्या क्या याद आती है? Peggy, the servant of the house, and his mother. Next question is, during his first stay at Yarmouth is the home of Peggy. Where does David stay? David कहाँ रुकते हैं? तो he stays in a boat. Next question is, where does Mr. Mell's mother live? Mr. Mell is one of the teacher in David's boarding school, and because he is very poor, so his mother lives in a poor house. Next question is, what does Dora ask David to call her? Because she is incompetent in handling the house, so she asked David to call her his child wife. Next question is, which of the following do not die at sea? इसमें से कौन सी पे नहीं मरते हैं? Steerforth drowns and dies at sea. Little Emily's fathers die at sea. Ham die at sea. Mr. Barker's husband of Peggy does not die at sea. Next question is, Mr. Wakefield suffers from what? Mr. Wakefield suffers of alcoholism. How did Miss Dartle get her scar? Mr. Dartle is cousin of Steerforth, and Steerforth throws a hammer at her, and so she gets a scar. Next question is, Dora always has the following at her side. Dora के साथ हमेशा क्या रहता है? Her dog. Who does not go to Australia at the end of the novel? Martha goes, Mrs. Grummage goes, Mr. Peggy goes. It's Mr. Omer who does not go. Next question is, David eventually decides that he wants to be what? He decides to be a proctor. So at the end of the novel, David is a proctor. Next question is, Miss Betsy is obsessed with which of the following? Miss Betsy is obsessed with keeping the donkeys off her grass. So Miss Betsy, who is the auntie of David Copperfield, she keeps on driving the donkeys out of the grass of her lane. Next question is, Dr. Strong is writing what kind of book? So he is writing a dictionary. Next question is, who is Jack Maldon in the novel? Jack Maldon is Annie's cousin. Next question is, Mr. Crackle ends up as what? Last में Mr. Crackle क्या बन जाते हैं? He becomes a magistrate. What does Miss Mocker suffer from? Miss Mocker suffer from dwarfism. She is short-heighted. Next question is, what is the last thing Steerforth asks of David? Steerforth last चीज बोलते हैं डेविड को कि उसको अपने बेस्ट समय में याद रखने, to remember him at his best. Next question is, what does Mr. Murdstone know? How does Mrs. Murdstone know? Sorry, how does Miss Murdstone, sister of Mr. Murdstone, who married David's mother, know Dora? वो डोरा को कैसे जानते हैं? क्योंकि डोरा के फादर ने उसको हायर किया है अपनी डॉटर को कंपनी देने के लिए, तो शी इज़ हर हायर्ड कंपेनियन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हु इज विद डोरा व्हेन शी डाइज? एग्नेस is with Dora when she dies. Next question is Mr. Dick is Miss Betsy's what? Mr. Dick Miss Betsy के क्या लगते हैं? तो वो लोग लिव इन हाउसमेट हैं. मिस बेट्सी के घर पे ही रहते हैं मिस्टर डिक, सो दे आर लिव इन हाउसमेट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हाउ मेनी टाइम्स मिस्टर मैकॉबर थ्रोन इन जेल फॉर हिज डेप्ट्स? अपने डेप्ट्स के लिए, कर्ज के लिए उनको कितनी बार जेल में जाना पड़ा है? तो इट इज़ ट्वाइस, इट इज़ 2 times. थैंक यू. इन नेक्स्ट सेट वी विल डू another 25 question. Keep reading, keep enjoying.